Hey everyone, it's Wendy with Log Cabin Vintage. I just wanted to say hello and pop in for another week of What's New Wednesday. I have quite a few books to share with you today, several sets, but lots of books in total if you include all the number in each of the sets. So let's just dive right in. First up, I finally added all of these really fun classics to the website. These were a series of books published by the Macmillan company. They're called the Macmillan Classics. They were published in the 1960s, and they have fantastic mid-century modern illustrations in them. So I paired them in two books each. So you'll see they kind of make sense with how I did them. So here are the spines. The spines are so bright and colorful. Going to create, if you buy all of them, it's going to create a beautiful rainbow book stack on your bookshelves. But this is The Adventures of Pinocchio and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and then Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Saw There. So that's one set. The next pair is, look again, fabulous spines, Little Women and Jane Eyre. Some of them do have their dust jackets, but then the cover is the exact same as what the dust jacket is, and some do not. So you can see that. Next up we have Tales from Shakespeare and A Christmas Carol, and I absolutely love this illustration. I just think this is such a fun illustration. It's so busy, but yet it's so... There's just something about it that just draws me in, and I keep on wanting to look at it. So that's that pair. And then we have Black Beauty and Heidi. Both have their dust jackets. And then the last pair is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So again, they have amazing spines. I didn't show you all of them. So, I mean, they're just gorgeous to add to your bookshelf, like if you're trying to create like a really cool rainbow vibe. They're really fun. So I added all of those to the website. And next up I added a pair of books by Robert McCluskey, and I added Birtdale Deepwater Man. This is such a cute book. I had never read this one of his books, you know, but I just absolutely love the bright, colorful illustrations in this one. And it's just a really fun book. So, and then I paired that one with One Morning in Maine. And so many people know this one. And these are all black and white illustrations. But I just really love his books. You know, this was a Caldecott Honor book. He's just a great illustrator and author, so I added that pair. Next, I added these sweet little Peter Rabbit books, and they are not your typical Peter Rabbit. These are not Beatrix Potter books. This is Peter Rabbit and the Little White Rabbit. And look at the covers. And these were written by Linda Stevens Almond. And I added these as a set because they were just 3 books by the same author. And then we have Peter Rabbit's Easter and Peter Rabbit Goes A-Visiting. And I had never heard of these before, but they are Peter Rabbit books, so just not by Beatrix Potter. So I thought they were really cute. I love the covers of the spine, or the covers of the dust jackets as well. They have really cute illustrations on them as well. I'll get really close. So those were added. And then if you follow me on social media, you saw all the Aunt and Bee books, the whole set of Aunt and Bee books. So these were little tiny picture books written by Angela Banner, and she wrote them for her son when she was teaching her son to read. So we have Around the World with Aunt and Bee. We have 1, 2, 3 with Aunt and Bee. We have Happy Birthday with Aunt and Bee. We have Aunt and Bee and the ABC. We have Aunt and Bee Time. Aunt and Bee and the Kind Dog. These look really, there we go. I was going to say these look really off. Aunt and Bee, and then more Aunt and Bee, and more Aunt and Bee. And so I broke those down into groups as well. I think one book set has 3, and then all the rest are just 2 books in each set. So if you wanted to add some of them to a collection that you were trying to finish, or if you wanted to build a collection, I did it that way. Johnny Tremain is a great story of the Boston Revolt during the Revolutionary War. It is a John Newbery Medal winner, and it was written by Esther Forbes, and I always find it in paperback, and I never ever find it in hardcover. And just look at that cover. It's gorgeous. And then let me show you the inside cover too, because it's even really cool. Just a map of Boston Harbor and Boston, the city of Boston. So this is a great living history book about the Revolutionary War. It's on a lot of reading lists for people to read. And I have 2 more big book sets to share with you this week. I have been adding a lot of school books, and that's been my focus since we are in the whole back to school season. So lots of school books are going into the website the next week or so, the rest of this week and through next week. And I love vintage school books. I think they are fabulous. I love the illustrations. I love the fact that there's so many different styles to the school books through the years, and how they, you know, they obviously changed with the times and things, but they're so much fun. And I think they're really cool. I started collecting them personally in my own personal collection. So check out school books. There's a category called, or a collection called Vintage School Books on the website. And of course, all of these books are always listed in the new arrivals collection right in the main menu of the website. So you can always find them here. But I have been eyeing up this book set at a sale that I go to. I had eyed it up, and it was just out of my price range. I thought it was overpriced for what it was, and I found it at another store this week, so I added it. It's the My Bookhouse books, and what makes this set different than a lot of the other sets is this was the original 6-book set when they still spelled My Bookhouse. Bookhouse is all one word instead of breaking it into 2 words, which the later editions did, and they expanded them and changed the order. So this one is in the nursery. Number 2 is Up One Pair of Stairs, which I absolutely love this illustration. That illustration to me is just so sweet, but never hug bears, really. Through Fairy Halls, The Treasure Chest, From the Tower Window, and The Latchkey. And then these all changed. Like I said, the order changed. They expanded the series. I think now it's a 12-volume set. And the last time it was published was 2013. So from, I want to say 1918 was the first time it was published. The early 1900s, 1916, 1918, it was first published. And it's still in publication today, or as it was as of 2013. So really, up until about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it was still being published. So it has stood this test of time, filled with wonderful stories, and they progress as your children get older. So it starts with, obviously, in the nursery. So that's where your nursery rhymes are, your Mother Goose, cute little poems, things like that. And then it grows with your children and goes into chapter books and longer stories, fairy tales and things like that, and folklore and things. So it's such a great set. I love it. I think it's beautiful. All the different versions are beautiful. They each have their own unique thing that makes them beautiful, and I love them. And another set that's similar to that, where they grow with your children, is this Collier Junior Classics. And this one's the primary set. They've published several different series of these through the years as well. This one's the real primary. So this one is volume 10, and this is Gifts from the Past. That talks about people who have made an impact in people's in the history. So you have, let me see what some of the topics are in here. So you have just books like Pilgrim's Progress is in here, Pride and Prejudice, Don Quixote, Gulliver's Voyage to Lilliput, and some other stories like that. So these are the story ones. This one is number 9 is Call of Adventure. And you can see the spine, sorry. Roads to Greatness. This is the one that talks about, sorry, I had that one confused. This is the one that talks about famous people within history that have impacted, you know, the history of different things. So that's a great one. Legends of Long Ago. And obviously I'm selling this as a set because they all belong together. This one is Harvest of Holidays, and I love the illustrations. Let me show you if I can pull it up, find it quick. The Valentine's Day one is just so cute. Of course, it's all the way in the front. Oh, here it is. And I love this. Look at that illustration. It is so gorgeous to me. And it has the Country Bunny and the Golden Shoes. I don't know if you, Little Golden Shoes. I don't know if you've ever read this book, but it is the sweetest little story. It's an Easter story, and I love it. And that's in there. So it goes through all the holidays and has poetry, little short stories, and things like that. This is In Your Own Backyard. Just Around the Corner. Magic in the Air, and I love that illustration of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Just a fabulous one. Once Upon a Time, and then ABC Go. So again, this would be your nursery rhymes and shorter poetry and things, shorter stories for very young children to get them excited about books and reading. So that's all I have for you this week. I have been working behind the scenes. I have also been canning a lot. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll know that I do a lot of canning. So I have canned peaches in the last 2 weeks, and on Monday my brother and I canned 28 pints of spaghetti sauce. So that was a 10-hour project, and you boil sauce all day in your house and stir the pot all day and saute vegetables and then add them in, and then we can that in the evening, usually once it has boiled down enough, and we add some peas to it. And so that's a fun project, but it does keep me from adding lots and lots of books to the website. So next week should be a little bit slower week. I should be able to, with canning, so I should be able to get back to doing a lot more adding books. But, you know, you got to can while the harvest is ready. So thanks for joining me today. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I look forward to chatting with you guys all next week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.